Welcome to the Raw Reaction as we make our return to Wrestling Goons Radio. The episode of Monday Night Raw for April 27th, 2015. I'm here with Mark and David, and we are going to jump right into this. The show started with Seth Rollins and the Authority coming down to the ring where Seth cut a promo as any good heel would do, where he took all the credit in the world, as he has continued to do, for anything he's ever been involved in with professional wrestling. Kane continued his they keep teasing us with his Authority breakup. He tells Seth that he's Justin Bieber, which I'm going to get into in a minute. The crowd chanting Justin Bieber all night long. It was horrendous. This opening segment, before it gets interrupted, other than Kane, David, what was your thoughts as you're seeing the show open with the Authority?
Same thoughts you always kind of have. You know you're pretty much going to open with the Authority or some variation of. I love the way Seth has been coming out, cutting the promos. He's just been killing it. I mean, months and months worth of great promos and great work by Seth. I remember sitting there watching it, and when he's doing his little tirade, I did it all myself. I remember even commenting on it in the thread, where I'm like, just look at Kane's face right now. The faces Kane was making in the background just really went over and sold a lot of what was going on with the whole Seth and Authority thing right now. I loved the opening segment.
That'll bring me to my question I'll ask you, Mark. Do you feel like we have too many speaking parts to open the show? Are you okay with this continual repetitive process?
I'm alright with just like maybe the 10-minute ones. I think after 10 minutes it kind of takes away from some of the matches later on, and I'm alright if they start the show just straight off with a match, but the 10-minute segments are okay. If it drags on too long, that's when I start having a problem.
How many times have we heard in this promo where Randy or Seth takes full credit for him, and then Kane says, no, I'm not going to let you have credit for it, and then somehow we end with the Authority still together? Like, how many times can they tell me this story?
Well, Seth did give him credit as being his number one soldier, although I kind of argue that it might have been Jamie Noble, because Jamie Noble's just Jamie Noble, and he's great. And if it wasn't for them egging Kane on, then Kane probably wouldn't have gotten involved.
But even when he called him the number one soldier, almost in the same breath, he called him the Crypt Keeper at the same time.
Exactly.
So I found that pretty humorous to just want to, and just waiting to see Kane hit that demon side explosion.
Anything Seth said was underhanded, so Kane is definitely getting baited. I just really wish they'd get on with it. That's my whole point.
Some progression.
Yeah, like really, just stop giving me the same thing every single week, which we'll get into in a little while. That's foreshadowing in our great main event that we had, which stole the show.
You know Triple H loves his slow burns, though.
Oh, this ain't a slow burn, my friend. This is one of those burns where you just set the leaves out and you just walk away from it and you come back the next day and that thing's still smothering. That's what we got going on.
We got a few embers.
Oh, jeez Louise. So then we have Randy Orton come out, and we have another name for Seth. It isn't Justin Bieber, now it's Catwoman. That's probably more fitting, actually, with the leather pants that he wears. Hannah from the podcast has made reference to him as Catwoman several times. Randy cuts his usual, typical Randy promo. What y'all guys think about Randy's part, David?
Randy was just doing the same thing Randy always does when he doesn't have the strap. I deserve a rematch. I've been blah blah blah. He got the Cena way of doing it, but with his little twist on it. Always tried to be up in the main picture, and
I don't
It's
like
Randy.
I don't like how they're trying to turn it into Seth using an illegal move because the RKO was banned for Randy. It wasn't banned for Seth.
And it was an SKO.
yes,
It was
the
not an
It
RKO.
was completely different, and anybody who says otherwise, you just don't know what you're talking about. So, we're with Seth on this one. Randy is not justified. After Randy, we thought we were done, but we're not, because Roman needed his 5 minutes of glory. For some reason, Roman felt the need to cut his promo on top of the announcer table, which I get the foreshadowing and the symbolism. I get it with the whole out there the table line thing. You don't gotta stand on the table to cut the promo. With that said, this promo felt a little more natural than most Roman Reigns promos feel. I think it's whenever he's talking to Seth, other than the suffering succotash promo. Besides that one, his promos usually come off really well. I was impressed with Roman promo this time, and we all know the main event now that's going to happen at pay-per-view, spoiler alert, is a triple threat match. But if I had to pick between Roman or Randy, I would feel like Roman would deserve that shot more than Randy. David, what do you think?
I'd have to agree with that. His promos have been slightly progressing, and I mean his promos on Seth always have, like you said, other than Suffer and Succotash, have been good against Seth. That's going all the way back FCW, all the way back to there.
I still want to know who wrote that promo because I know he didn't come up with that himself. And whoever wrote that promo should not have a job today. Like they should have been fired that day.
They should not have been able to finish the show. Anything they wrote for anyone after that line,
Awful.
they should have went back over and like erased everything and
It's
said,
very few times in wrestling do I cringe when I hear something. When he said those two words, I physically felt skin just go up my neck. I was like, oh, God.
It was a very awful thing.
Mark, what was your thoughts on this Roman part of the segment?
Yeah, I agree that Roman's continuing to get better, and that's all you can really ask. I mean, you might not be the best speaker, so they limit him a little bit more and don't have him cut the monologue 15-minute promos, which I think he's greatly improved in what they do give him, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So after this opening segment
Still
parts
wrong,
ways, we find out that the main event for Monday Night Raw tonight is going to be, lo and behold, wait for it, a tag match with Kane and Seth Rollins taking on Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. So hold on to your seats and tune in for the next 2.5 freaking hours. You got a dandy waiting for you. Anyway, we get on to the next segment, which is Dolph Ziggler and Bad News Barrett, a.k.a., spoiler alert, one of the matches for the King of the Ring tournament. We have pretty much Dolph saying that last night was the most embarrassing night of his life, having to put his lips on Sheamus's arse. And as my good friend Mark here pointed out, he has obviously forgotten about having manure dumped all over his head by Triple H and Shawn Michaels whenever he was in the Spirit Squad. That's another story for another time. Then Barrett cuts the promo saying he's the one only true fit king in the WWE. And they have their match, and Bad News Barrett comes out on top, cleanly, with the bullhammer on Dolph Ziggler. Were you shocked, Mark?
No, not really shocked. I think Bad News Barrett would make a great king. Like you said, I'm just kind of curious about maybe Dolph has long-term memory loss or something. I really don't know. Or maybe he was just really that embarrassed of having to kiss that white arse. But the match itself was decent. Most of the King of the Ring matches on Monday Night Raw were pretty good.
They made Barrett look strong in this match, way stronger than I thought they would. David, what was your thoughts?
I really enjoyed the match. It was good. I seen a little bit of it getting ready to happen with the whole Sheamus Ziggler thing, which could make for a really interesting feud after the promos and the kissing me arse. And Barrett, I felt real bad for him at the pay-per-view, going from the main card to the pre-show basically, and I thought this was a good step for him, a good step back in the right direction, and let him keep build. He could take the King of the Ring thing now and run with it for a while, so we could figure out what's going on with the IC title.
You know what it felt like though to me, like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, when they had Dolph, me and the guy, to eliminate the Authority, and they had Dolph going over Daniel Bryan cleanly every single week. Like, can they just stop deciding when they're going to give Dolph to us and then not give Dolph to us? Like, I know a lot of us are just tired of his gimmick in general, and that's fine. But the guy has been around long enough to get some kind of push by this point, right?
I think that this is actually probably going to lead into a more aggressive Dolph Ziggler, which I think could be beneficial to him making a more of a push as far as maybe getting a title or at least going up higher in the card.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I mean, he took his championship runs back a few years back and ran with them pretty decently. And it'll be interesting to see if he could get kind of back to the way he was when he was heel Ziggler and pulling off some dirty stuff and showing his ass, basically.
Hashtag heel Ziggler. Next part is going to be pretty controversial for the podcast. We are in the New Day segment. The New Day comes out. They cut a promo. Xavier Woods has the title around his waist, which he didn't win, by the way. They come up with a new saying, Bart. New Day rocks. That's what they want the crowd to chant when they're clapping instead of New Day sucks. However, the crowd was not cooperative, and they will not.
Sucks.
No, they're going the New Day sucks. So, Mark, seems how you're a fan of the New Day, what is your opinion on this new chant? Do you like it?
New Day rocks.
Yes.
And they can't suck. You know why?
Why?
Because they're the champs.
The only thing they're doing is
They're the champs with the power.
They're sucking the sadness out of the universe is what they're doing.
One clap at a time.
Man, I agree. I like how much the crowd hates this so much. Because a month ago, I hated it just as much as they did. And all they had to do was acknowledge that I hated it. And that's it. They didn't have to say anything about it. They just had to acknowledge that I hate it. And now, I love it. Because they acknowledge that I hate it. And they're letting them win dirty. None of their wins are ever clean with the high flying move. They're like sneaking every single win. And they did it again this week with Big E, who doesn't need to sneak a win over Kid. He can kill a Kid. But he snuck one, because that's what heels do. I love it. David, I know you hate the New Day. What are your thoughts on this continued progression?
You know, since day one, the whole New Day thing, I have just been totally against. I'm not going to say not enjoy it, but just when it comes down to it, they're just annoying. It annoys me. It drives me nuts.
I think they're on a Miz level for you.
They are borderline like second.
Oh, man.
They're like there. Oh, it's like Miz and Cena won, and then New Day.
Wow.
So the one thing they have done in the last few months is get on the radar of being hated by me. And, you know, I admitted it the other night, I loved seeing Kofi get a dirty win. Out of the three of them that were there, Kofi getting a dirty win was nice. But Xavier Woods, Big E, man.
I enjoy any gimmick that gets the crowd constantly involved. And no matter what they're doing in that match, if they slap the mat, that's all they have to do, and the crowd wakes up. Because you're going to start chanting New Day sucks. That's just going to happen. So I'm down with that gimmick. I love how none of the matches are ending clean. Bart, your thoughts finally before we move on?
I've always thought that they were great in ring. They have great chemistry as a team. They pull off some tag team, double team moves wonderfully. and now we actually get to see charisma from both Biggie and Xavier Woods on the mic. They normally let them both speak. So Xavier Woods as the outside cheerleader for the heels is amazing. He can egg that crowd on, and they just eat it up. They just hate him for it.
Now, a lot of people they underestimate that third person role, and what you don't need, it's like an extra manager, is what it is. And managers are just not utilized the proper way by WWE at all, unless your name is Paul Heyman. Because if not, you're just a valet involved in a stupid ass love triangle. That's all WWE knows how to use a manager for. That's another story for another time as well. But Xavier Woods is like a manager to me right now. He's just doing a great job at selling them and getting them over with the crowd at every chance he gets. The next segment is going to be another one that we can talk about controversy. We all enjoyed it. We just felt like we should have got it the night before because they gave us the rematch, the long-awaited rematch of Ryback and Bo Dallas. And, spoiler alert, Ryback wins very quickly, except for this time. Ryback will learn that he will follow the buzzards. As he ate the ugliest, brutalest Sister Abigail I've seen in quite some time, and the crowd went crazy as he hit the spider gimmick and hovered above Ryback's lifeless body and knelt down and stretched out his arms. Guys, why the hell did we not get this at Extreme Rules?
That was the biggest fumble they had that entire night. They just totally botched that whole thing. They had it perfectly set up. And they're like, save it for Monday. We don't feel like doing it right now.
Save it for Monday.
Yeah, because that's what you do in a pay-per-view. Like, you have people pay $9.99 so you can save something for free TV.
My God. Was Bray just not in the arena? Did Bray have something to do?
I sat right here next to you watching the whole thing the whole night going, I got to see Bray. He's got to be here. He's got to show up. And we got through that whole segment and got nothing. And I was like, my night is ruined.
Yeah, really. But I like the payoff, and I'm glad the crowd followed the buzzers with him. That made it a whole lot better.
That's because they're buying into it. They need to buy into it more. Bray, if you listen to what he's saying, he lays it all out just so perfectly to where you want to start following them buzzards all the time.
Now, while I do am going to enjoy this, and we all know that Bray is going to win, that is also part of the problem for Ryback, because yet again, Ryback on his way back up is about to go, woo!
But what I could see them doing with Ryback with that, though, is he might not go right back down because he might fall right into the U.S. Championship match against Cena or Rusev.
Or maybe Bray converts Ryback.
That would be something to see. That would be real nice to see.
What does Ryback have better than him?
Exactly.
He can team back up with Axel.
No, okay.
We get some more Rybacksel going.
No, I do not need anybody killing Curtis Axel's jobber squad right now. That's where he needs to be. I love it. Anything before we move on, guys? I guess are you excited for this feud at all, Mark? Ryback?
Yeah, it's something new. It's something that we haven't seen before, so hopefully Ryback can answer a promo.
Hopefully Ryback doesn't. Like, he just doesn't need to talk.
Or will at least maybe upset Bray during one of Bray's promos and attack him. I need to see at least some kind of aggression from Ryback.
Well, of course. Like, he's going to eventually attack him. But if you let him try to battle Bray Wyatt with words...
Well, yeah, less is more.
That's like the Encyclopedia versus Hooked on Phonics.
Nobody could out-talk Bray in the company right now.
Especially Ryback.
Yeah, he pulled off some stupid line Monday night.
No, it still wasn't good.
And I just think, I remember sitting there going, dude, who is writing his shit? Because what he said was something a kindergartner when he came up with.
The night they gave that man a 10-minute promo on Raw, and he was talking about I'm Pat Machine or what have you. It was awful.
When he started doing the cutbacks to when he played high school football,
Yeah,
and then the toughen up against next to the Miz,
We got
and
this,
I'm NXT,
we got this is your life, Ryback.
and everything. If you catch the theme with it, everything resulted in failure for him.
Maybe Bray
So
Wyatt.
there will be more failure during this feud.
And that's what Bray was talking about whenever he was cutting his promos. He said that, talked about failure, talked about being his biggest fear, and I know most people completely forgot about that because they were like, who is Bray talking about? Ryback said after he was Skip Sheffield that his biggest fear in the industry was that he would be a failure. Obviously, Bray Wyatt watched the WWE Network and saw that Ryback said that.
He's about to face his fear because he's about to fail again. The next segment on the card, guys, this was another good one. We have what we thought was the John Cena Open Challenge. And it got answered by former podcast host and frequent goer, Drew Nickens. Heath Slater, baby! And that didn't happen because Rusev popped up and ended his night. Then Rusev cut a promo, pretty much after John Cena promo and Rusev before all that, about Lana was in the back and she was in the offices and came out. And now we have an I Quit match. So, folks, John Cena, Rusev 4. We have it confirmed. What do you think about Rusev's heel turn, Mark? Without Lana. This whole Lana thing.
That's what makes me hate him. He keeps pushing Lana out, and the crowd chanted it, we want Lana, and yes, we want Lana, but he keeps pushing her in the backstage. Maybe he thinks that that's a woman's place, and maybe that's something that they need to talk about in their relationship. I'm just saying.
Maybe I need to confirm that Mark's opinions do not reflect everyone at Wrestling News Radio.
No. I said that Rusev thinks that that's her place. Not that I think that that's her place.
No, I have a place for Lana to be all the time.
Whoa, Mark. Whoa. Oh. Alright. Can't turn this blaring right now at WVR. Okay. The We Want Lana thing, I like how every crowd in the universe is picking up on this. Thank you, America, for ignoring this whole year and a half where she had told you that you all suck. And just because she's hot, all is forgiven.
Well, not only because she's hot, but also because Rusev keeps throwing her away to the side
Well, this bothers me.
and hitting her.
I don't like how her face turned going for the simple fact that she's all of a sudden loving the attention, like she'll stand up and wave to the American audience. The same audience you tell is good for nothing every week. You tell them that they're worthless jobs that they go to every day and slave over for nothing for their government that is broken and corrupt. And now you got the Baltimore stuff that's even more examples of how messed up of a society we are, and you want them to embrace him, Lana.
Oh, she's eating it up. She is absolutely loving it. She is seeing how coming from the former communist Russia to what the big picture of America is and loving it.
Well, I got
And I think she's eating that up, but I think she's staying away from watching the news.
Better keep her eyes off of John Cena, or Nikki Bella might have something to say about that. Lana Nikki Bella. Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yep, you never know.
Cena always does pick out the top chick at the time.
So I quit match, guys. Is there any chance Rusev wins?
No. We have never, and it's been cited 9,099,099 times by Michael Cole. John Cena has never given up, and it just kills Cena's image to give up after he preaches hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. He holds the towel in front of our face every Monday and Thursday and pay-per-view that we have. We see his towel. It just Rusev, man. I hope you fall in line for one of these other titles because you're just not getting that one back in an I Quit match.
Which brings me to my next point. Just like the New Day, with how do you turn the New Day heel, You just don't. You don't change anything. You know how you turn John Cena heel? You don't change anything. You just have John Cena come out, and then after they boo him, you be like, you know what? You all do suck. And every one of you do suck. That's all you do. And then he can still pander to the people that like him when he holds up his stupid little towel. You can be like, you see everybody behind this? They're with me.
But okay, so in Vince McMahon's WWE universe, and we all know it's Vince McMahon's, he's going to tell a story at some point in time where John Cena is going to give up. And we all, if you know Vince McMahon and you know what happened to Undertaker's streak, you know at some point in time throughout John Cena's career, he will give up.
But why would it be after the man that he beat 3 times?
No, I'm not saying that it's going to be against Rusev, but at some time, someone's going to come along that he's going to say, I quit to.
At the same token, why would they have a guy lose 4 straight times? I don't think they would.
Especially someone that's been carrying a title for the past, years just about?
He hasn't lost in a year, and now he can't win?
Yeah, I mean, having him go so many... I'm not comparing it to a Goldberg streak or an Undertaker streak, but to have the run he's had in the past year, to just all of a sudden drop 4 matches right in a row, it's
not
absurd.
like he ever came close to losing either. Like, nobody he ever had a match with ever had that moment where you were like, they got him. Like, it didn't happen. He didn't kill
I mean, maybe they're trying to make him look a little bit more down to level, not an immortal type person.
No, Cena's
Bring him
the
down to
immortal
earth.
one.
Yeah, that's who they use to bury their guys, though.
Now, that's another story, I guess. Mark, last thoughts?
I don't see Rusev winning, but if he does, then that would be something major for the WWE.
Yep, true that. Next part, we get the boring Rollins Kane segment like we get every week. I don't even know if we need to go over it. Pretty much sitting and complaining like normal, trying to get out of his match. Kane putting his foot down, saying, no, I'm the authority, blah, blah, blah. Anything goes, because I could care less.
No, typical backstage segment with these two.
Yep.
I think they just hit the repeat button every week, and they've been running the same segment for the last 3 months.
I mean, it really feels that way. Same with the opening promo.
Yeah, they kind of got to plan it a little bit better. Just drop the middle promo, maybe 3/4 of the way in, do something like right before the match to draw us back in a little bit, but they're doing it too far apart. It just, the middle part's just boring.
Another match in this King of the Ring tournament, and I put that in extreme quotations. R-Truth and Stardust. You wouldn't see this match any other time, but we got it for this tournament, and one of the few times in a row, R-Truth wins cleanly. He beat Stardust. Mark, what happened to Stardust?
He lost his cosmic keys, and now he can't find his way in the universe. I will say that this was the worst match of the King of the Ring tournament, in my opinion, at least.
Well, how would it not be? I mean...
Stardust can work.
Yeah, but you know that it's not going anywhere. Like, when you're looking at those 8 guys in those 4 matches, that's the 2 when you look at it, you're like, well, I can just write that off right now.
Yeah.
Here's who's going to be in the finals on that bracket.
Yeah, exactly. Check.
Yeah, because apparently all castles have spiders, and Truth didn't know that, so that's why.
Well, he won, which is even more terrifying, because he thought he was getting near that damn castle.
Yeah, and then he backed out.
Yeah, he was like, I can't do this. I don't like what they've done with Stardust. I liked how the crowd chanting Cody at him every single week and how mad he got. They need to push Stardust. It's a good gimmick. And for anybody who says, oh, it's just another Gold Dust, you just don't get it, because it's not another Gold Dust. David, what do you think about the Stardust departure?
I think they need to give him a little bit more of a push. I was a little annoyed by him, thinking he was the whole Gold Dust type rip before, which they killed way too early, in my opinion, just for the record.
Yep.
And, Cody does some good work, whether he's Cody, and it's a lot more entertaining work when he's Stardust. I'm kind of buying into the whole Stardust thing now.
And
I'd like to see him get some more.
And they actually didn't kill it. What they did was they just gave it to everybody on the house shows on the European tour. So for the last 3 weeks, they've had Stardust and Goldust working over in Europe every night against each other. And Goldust treats his Facebook like it's a personal page and just writes anything he wants to write on there.
Well, that's because he's Dustin and he can write whatever he wants to in there.
And not in proper English, because he just doesn't know how to write in proper English.
That's that country.
Exactly. That's that Virgil Reynolds coming out of him right there. That is, anyway, a horrible Dustin Rhodes impression. Next match is shout out to Dan, who is not here to brag about it. Adam Rose gets a win on Monday Night Raw. He beat Fandango. They're gonna bury Fandango just especially came back up. And Adam Rose is gonna get the push now with Rosa as his new lady. This makes me want to throw up. Mark, what do you think of this segment?
Like you said earlier about the playing hot potato or the love story triangles with the ballets, that's kind of what this is, pretty much.
Yep. And it involves Fandango. Good figure.
And for some reason, they're putting more emphasis on Rosa than the two superstars. But yeah, I mean, whatever.
And they did the same thing with Summer Rae and
Miz and Mizdow.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
No. Well, they did it with the first time.
With Fandango
and
and
Layla.
Summer Rae.
Yeah, Layla. Yeah.
Yep. Layla, Summer Rae, yeah.
So they ran this angle before, and it's nothing new, except for Adam Rose is in it.
Is this when Layla finally comes back, and that's who goes with Fandango?
I hope not, because I like the fact that Fandango is using us as his dance partner.
Yeah,
that's a way better gimmick to me.
Or does he maybe introduce a flexible NXT diva on her way up?
Maybe Charlotte?
There's the possibility of that. She's been about time to come up.
I wouldn't put her with Fandango.
I mean, maybe just for an introduction, get her. Well, I don't know. They kind of blew the Emma angle on that whole thing.
They blew the Charlotte introduction by having her lose in a minute and a half to Natalya on Raw 3 months ago.
That happened so fast I did forget about that.
See, that's what Vince wants.
That's
Vince wants people to forget about that shit. But me and you are here to tell them, hell no.
Vince actually said that. That was his excuse. He said, don't worry, nobody will remember. No, I will remember, Vince. I will remember you burying her. Not to mention that she just beat that woman on NXT, which you should be promoted on Raw.
Well, in Vince's defense, Vince had never seen NXT before then.
That cracked me up.
There is that, and then there's the whole Flair angle, so he buries anything with the last name Flair.
Anything, yeah, that's true. Thank God she's not using it as part of the gimmick. Like, she's not Charlotte Flair.
She pays her homage during the match, which I love. She pulls it off very well, but she's not out there just yelling, I'm Ric Flair's daughter, give me what I want.
Well, she also does it with her t-shirt, too.
Exactly.
She does it with the Flair.
Yeah, it's all about the Flair. Brie Bella has a segment in the back, and you think it's going to be another Diva segment? Nope, we can get face Brie Bella putting over her husband, Daniel Bryan, and his absence from the WWE and how he may not be coming back. That's pretty much what she said in the promo. And that Daniel has to do what's best for Daniel right now. Then she was attacked by Naomi. She said nobody cares about her or her husband, and walked away. Mark, I know this kind of bothering you whenever Naomi laid her out, but I want to get to another question. What does Brie Bella have bipolar syndrome, or like?
Brie Bella is the nice twin, and she's just been going along with her evil twin, Nikki, and Nikki manipulates her. And whenever she gets to speak by herself, then normally she's a face.
David, do you feel like her insultance has been insulting your intelligence?
You know, you get it with Nikki sometimes. It's like I said, one day she's, hey, I'm the girl next door. How are you? You know, all sweet and lovey-dovey. And then, like Mark had just said, we got the evil twin, and she kind of, hey, that's my older sister by a couple seconds. What she's doing is cool. I'm going to stick with her.
That's
Oh,
my,
we got caught. And let me go talk about my husband so I can sound nice and sweet and innocent again.
that's my older
She's
sister.
twisting you in every direction. She's manipulative.
That's my older sister that made me her slave for a month.
Yeah.
And it said that I should have died in the womb.
Yes.
And I really still think there may be at some point payback coming for that.
No, I hope not, because they need to stop. They need to stop putting them back together and breaking them up, putting them together and breaking them up.
She has the
But that's what they do with the
WWE.
twins.
She has the WWE Universe syndrome. She forgets things. Okay.
Naomi, are you liking this further heel turn?
Absolutely. It's about time that she actually spoke on the mic and had some charisma and got her point across that this is hers now. And if WWE brass isn't going to give her what's hers, she's just going to take it.
I like it.
I do like that. Everyone knows I'm not that big on Naomi or a lot of the Divas division right at this moment. But the last couple weeks, she's been picking up her game dramatically. And I still want to see a little bit more in-ring progress from her. But she's killing the role she's doing right now.
I like the finisher and the boot to the face. I'm big.
I like that a lot more than the ass to the face.
They need to
Because
keep-
that was just a waste to me.
Keep the ass in the arsenal. And got her in the dance. We gotta keep it there.
Keep it in the arsenal. Just don't pick up a pinfall on
I
it.
got
Yeah,
it.
and I mean, that's just a weak, that's what I've been saying about it. It's just a weak win
I
when
get
all
you.
you're doing is throwing your big old double hand booty
I'm
into
just
someone's
waiting-
face.
I'm just waiting for someone to kick out of it, though.
Oh, the big booty, the big
Uh-huh.
butt.
Who's going to kick out of it, and then she really goes off and destroys them.
That's a good possibility, but it's hard to kick out when you got them double hand booties
Damn
sitting right on your shoulders when she leans back for that pin, though, too.
She can lay on me all she wants. Next we have Ambrose and Sheamus in the King of the Ring tournament. Long match and a good match. We were very entertained. And then, for some unknown reason, with WWE and their great creative writing, Dolph Ziggler attacked Sheamus in the middle of the match outside the ring. Dean Ambrose and disqualified, and Sheamus is the winner. And Dean Ambrose has forgiven Dolph Ziggler, apparently, via WWE app. Mark, when you pass it off?
I was pissed off. I mean, he couldn't have just at least waited till the match was over. This was probably, I would say, the number 2 match of the entire King of the Ring tournament. Great match, great back and forth. Amazing match between the two, at least for a Raw. And it was, like you said, it was probably actually longer than the main event, I think.
Yeah, it was a long match.
So,
They took 2 commercial breaks.
just to have Ziggler come out and attack. And I understand Ziggler, like I said earlier in the podcast, maybe he has some more aggression, and that's something to maybe they're telling a story about that.
That part's fine. The part
I
I don't
hope-
like is Dean.
Yeah, I hope that Dean gets some retribution on Ziggler, to be honest.
He deserves it.
That's what I was hoping to see, is Dean getting a little, to say it again, payback on him. But I mean, I think Dean probably could have knocked Sheamus off very easily had Ziggler not interfered with that and taken it to the final round. I mean, he had a pretty solid run. Ambrose just lights out when it comes to doing some in-ring work. And lately, a lot of out-of-ring work he's been doing
Yeah,
has been very good as well.
absolutely. Next is Damian Sandow in the Curtis Axel segment. Probably my favorite segment of the night. Sandow cut a promo as Sandow, not Mizdow. Sandow. He referred to all of his stupid gimmicks that he's done in the past, including his one that he debuted with, got him over, and then Curtis Axel come out and said there's nothing that makes him more sick than somebody impersonating somebody else, which we all laughed at. And then Sandow proceeded to mock everything Axel said, which the crowd couldn't get enough of, and then he whooped Axel's ass and hit him with the elbow in the stain, followed by the leg drop. So, had to get the leg drop in there too. What do you think about this segment, Mark? And Do you think Sandow has anything that's going to build out of this?
I thought the segment was gold. Sandow himself was talking about how the WWE, like the brass in the back, didn't find him entertaining, which I thought was a crock of shit, to be honest. And the fact that he used all of those gimmicks to try to get entertaining and to try to get over, and he finally realized at the end of it that even though it wasn't his best gimmick and that he hated it doing it, the Ms. Dow character is the one who actually got him over because it was the fans who got him over. And so he kind of throws out the thank you to the fans, and they responded with a thank you. And he finally says, "You're welcome."
Which is great. That was awesome.
Yeah, so seeing Sandow back, I'm glad. I think that's probably going to be his new gimmick, is he's going to just mock people. Whenever someone comes up to the ring or whenever he's about to go into a feud, he's just going to mock them.
I hope he does it better than he did in the actual one, because that was pretty crappy.
Yeah.
It was definitely the most gold segment they had the whole night. He came out, like Mark said, and Anthony said, he went through every gimmick he's done. Loved it, from the intellectual savior of the masses
And we all know how that
to
turned
the
out.
Mizdow.
He left out LeBron James and Lance Stevenson.
He showed
No,
the
he
LeBron.
showed-
He
yeah.
showed the LeBron,
Okay.
but it was the Cleveland LeBron
But not
with
the,
the tape and.
But he left out the Lance one, because that one was hilarious with Big
Wiz-
Show.
Oh, the Big Show?
Yeah, the Big Show.
Oh,
and
where
him.
he was trying to dunk on him.
Yeah, he told Big Show to take him to the hole. That
Yeah.
was hilarious. I'm done.
But I really enjoyed Sandow. The way he's been getting the last couple months, I've really been getting keen to him. I'm liking the gimmick. I liked him when he did the stunt double, and then
That's
the personal assistant.
That's what I'm gonna miss. Like, I'm gonna miss the stunt double. When he would throw himself over the top rope, I would die. Like, I would just work out to no end.
You know, I almost see him keeping it part of his gimmick now, though. Like, he tosses the opponent out and just looks at the crowd. They go nuts, and he goes over the top after him.
And maybe
Does it
land
the
on
same
top of
way.
him.
Yeah. Like, almost turns it into something. I could see him carrying on with that one. And I have high hopes to see what Sandow does. I hope he takes the ball and runs with it.
Next, we have Neville and Harper. And Neville got the win here in a very physical match. He finished him off with the red arrow. And I don't know really what they're doing with Luke Harper right now, other than being a jobber. But another good win for Neville. David, your thoughts on this match as the final match of the first round of the King of the Ring tournament?
Absolutely loved it. Good back and forth, physical. And then you had Neville with some of his higher flying fast guy moves. I mean, it was just totally entertaining all the way around. Harper does some great in-ring work, whether it's another big guy or it's a smaller, faster guy. He just seems to have an answer to either which way he goes. And then Neville, I mean, there's no denying on how great this guy's going to be in the next couple years. I mean, he's going to be doing things for the next 10, 15 years for this company, and they're always going to love it. I mean, his matches are just so entertaining, from his indie stuff to his NXT stuff, and then now he's just keeping it going.
Yep.
Loving it.
Mark, thoughts on this match?
This was probably the best match of the night, actually.
Wow. See, I would
Yeah.
actually probably, before
Okay.
the ending of Sheamus and Ambrose, I would have gave that one.
Yeah, okay. Before the ending. But the ending just kind of ruined it at that
puts
match.
it at 2.
Yeah, I'd say that puts it at 2. The power bomb, the pop-up power bomb that Harper hit was
Yeah.
nice. And then the sunset flip power bomb that Neville hit on Harper off the second turnbuckle.
That was absolutely amazing.
That was a great spot. And then he didn't have to do anything else, and then he just set him straight up for the red arrow to finish it off.
Neville's probably next in line for the Intercontinental belt. I mean, whoever takes it off of Daniel Bryan, they're only holding it for Neville.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. He's got that bright future ahead of him. Titles, Intercontinental, U.S., all the way up to the main strap.
But I agree that they need to find something to do with Luke Harper. He is, like he said, he can work the big men. He can work the small guys. He's just a consistent worker. And sadly, WWE doesn't praise their consistent workers.
No.
I'm wondering if you might fall back into have a little family reunion coming up here at some point.
That's what I'm hoping
Maybe
to.
see a nice little family reunion. Like I was saying the other day, I think we might get Brother Bo in there as well.
Little brother Bo and little brother
I
Bo.
still don't know if I could buy into Bo Dallas. He's got to show me some. I'm liking how he's getting edgier, but he's got to buy in with Harper and new Wyatt
You gotta
family.
believe. That's all you have to do is believe.
He needs to believe in what his brother is saying right now.
That'll bring us to the long anticipated. We told you 45 minutes ago to hold your horses, and here we are. It is the tag team main event. Guys, an amazing display of wrestling here between these four individuals that we have never seen before in the ring against each other. It put me to sleep, okay? Kane ends up after this long 20-minute crap fest. Kane throws Rollins for the animals, and Rollins catches the double finisher. They could have gave us that 18 minutes ago. We would have been okay.
Give us another Neville match.
Yeah, anything. Like, we could have had 2 different jobber matches in between there.
Yeah.
Are you guys tired of this tag team thing? Really?
Yes. It's, I've been an Authority person since there was still a Shield. And, it's gone on long enough. It's kind of let everyone start going their separate ways. Big Show's already out of the picture, so you can bring him back in like a month or two as the face again and playing high fives with the crowd. Kane needs to just start getting medieval on some people's asses. He's got maybe a run or 2 left in him. I'd like to see Kane get all demonic again.
I just can't get excited for it. I can't get excited for the Kane face turn. I can't, because I know that there's only such a high ceiling for it. He's not going to win the World Heavyweight title. They're not going to make their heavyweight champion Kane. Not today, not tomorrow. The one time they did was by accident.
Yeah.
They didn't even mean for him to win.
And he ended up, if he does get one more time with the strap, it's only going to be one of them 24-hour jobs again.
That's what Kane does.
The 24-hour hand back.
They gave him the WCW title one time in the consolation. They were like, here, you can be this dominant.
You can carry this thing around. We don't need it. It's just hanging out in the back.
Mark, your thoughts on this long tag match?
I really, really, really am tired of the main event having a tag team
Yes,
match.
the main event.
Like the main event for real.
Give it to me at 9:30.
You have a freaking King of the Ring promotion.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been one of the main events? Like, what the shit?
Unbelievable.
I mean, they could use that extra time that they're wasted on that match and have a bring up every week. Like maybe show an NXT showcase match.
They're never going to put NXT in.
No, they're never gonna. It's wishful thinking, but it would make the show a hell of a lot better.
I totally agree.
The talent that's going on down at NXT right now is far surpassing some of the stuff. I mean, we could use a first hour match for them or something, a filler match somewhere, but showcase someone. Some of that might not be coming up right now, but a little teaser of what might be coming.
Like watch the network. Here's a reason to watch.
Exactly. This is what the action you could see Wednesday night at 8 Eastern.
Yep.
Well, see, the reason that they probably stopped doing that, because they did have that 1 week where they did it,
And the crowd
is
popped
because
like shit.
the crowd popped for them, and they booed the hell out of the main events.
Yep, that's what happened. They were like, wait a minute, you cannot steal our spotlight.
Yeah. Vince is like, no, you Triple H, you take them boys back down there.
Until he went and saw them boys, and then he was like, oh my god.
I want this guy and this guy and this guy.
The greatest thing I've ever seen.
Are you done with him yet? No?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You
All right.
still got a little bit of work to do? All right, I want it by next week.
So, Mark, bring this show overall.
Overall, I'd say a B minus.
Be nice. David, you agree?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. It was a B minus. It was a decent show, but it wasn't anything overly exciting other than a few spots during a few matches, and ran the regular, stories. Nothing shook up really. Nothing really overwhelming.
I'm gonna go a little worse. I'm going C plus. The simple fact that it's not a King of the Ring tournament. If Rusev isn't in it or Reigns isn't in it,
Bray wasn't in it.
Bray's not in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They should make that a week-long thing. Maybe next year they should do it on Monday Night Raw, then the Tuesday special, and then have it conclude on Thursday.
I'd take that a step farther and go, why don't we ditch one of these week pay-per-views and have it a pay-per-view, the tournament leading up the whole 2 weeks prior to it. Have a bigger bracket, expand the bracket, go a few Mondays and a few Thursdays, and finish up at the pay-per-view, just like we used to do.
Todd brought up a good point about if you do look back at King of the Ring tournaments, it isn't always the biggest names in the King of the Ring tournament. It is a tournament that is supposed to push younger talent. At the same time, this was a shitty bracket. Terrible.
We made reference of it before. R-Truth and Stardust.
Yeah, awful.
Come on now. Neither one of them deserved to get out of the first round, but
and I think
they didn't want to use the good talent.
And I think 2 of the 4 matches in the first round had a dirty finish. So they're not even clean finishes in your way to tell the story. Oh, it's frustrating. So I give it a C plus. We're gonna go on actually bonus coverage the next night with the semifinals and the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. We had Sheamus going 1-on versus just Neville. And spoiler alert, Dolph Ziggler comes out and interrupts Sheamus just long enough to be distracted. Neville goes over and Sheamus loses. I was excited as shit when this happened because I'm thinking Neville is well on his way to answering his calling. Mark, what do you think of this match?
The match itself wasn't bad. I'm glad Dolph didn't disqualify Neville, because that would have been a shitty way for Sheamus to go all the way to the finals. And maybe he learned his lesson from Monday Night Raw and didn't disqualify Neville. But if I was Dean Ambrose, I'd still be kind of pissed off with the way that Tuesday ended, because, hey, you didn't disqualify Adrian Neville. I mean, why'd you have to do it during my match?
Now, that's got to be Dean's anger when he can just turn on everybody. He's like, hey, you know what, everybody's screwing me over. I'm a little tired of this.
Yeah, that's a nice angle he could start working and just absolutely kill.
David?
The match, it was a good match. It was going good, the Ziggler interruption, which I think we all kind of had the thought that it was coming. I went in the first round and said Neville was my pick to win it all. And, he beat Sheamus, so I was like, yes, one step closer on my pick. He's in the finals, let's do this. And then we go to the other half of the bracket.
Yeah, Bad News Barrett and R-Truth, and I got some bad news for R-Truth fans. He did not win. He caught a bullhammer. Bad News Barrett going to the finals. We're getting a rematch from Extreme Rules pre-show. Yeah, that's right, folks. Your Extreme Rules pre-show match is also the King of the Ring final. And they reversed the rules. Bad News Barrett is now King Barrett. I was shocked. I can't even lie. David, thoughts?
I had Neville. I wanted to see Neville take it so bad. He had momentum going after the win over Barrett on Sunday on the pre-show. And I had my fingers crossed. I was loving the match. And Young Buck just came up a little short.
Caught that bullhammer.
Yeah, you catch that bullhammer, and not many people are going to kick out from it.
No, not many. Unless your name is John Cena or Randy Orton, you're not kicking out of that. Mark, thoughts?
The match was great, actually.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the match. I had picked Bad News Barrett. but that was only because I felt that they were going to give it to him because he got pushed to the pre-show and didn't get his Intercontinental title match, and because they made him look like such a fool during his Intercontinental title reign. And I'm still not certain that that's not the reason why they gave it to him, to be honest.
Well,
That's
what
probably
is it?
about 97% of the reason they let him win it.
Where does it go from here? Where does
Um,
King Barrett do?
I think King Barrett actually gets the Intercontinental title.
And ends up putting it up a few times against Mr. Neville.
No, I think that he eventually loses it to Neville, and that's
Yes,
when
yes.
King Barrett goes ballistic.
So
And
when
just
Neville,
hammers everyone down to the Queen.
you gotta realize that whoever has the Intercontinental title is only holding it for Daniel Bryan, right?
Well, yeah, or well, maybe not. We thought that the WWE person holding the title was just going to be until Daniel Bryan came back.
Yeah, well now
Then he never got a title shot.
Yeah.
I mean, we got time to not worry about that now. I mean, we got maybe another year before he's back again, really, physically. So, I mean, we might not see him for a while,
That hurts, man.
but
Or does he just not even drop the title?
no,
if he's not
no.
putting it up, they got to at least go ahead
If he
and
holds
take it
that
again.
thing for a year and he don't defend it, no, that's not.
I
gonna
mean,
work.
that'd be like Dean Ambrose when he was with the Shield
In
and
the
the
words
U.S.
of Hulk
title.
Hogan, that's not gonna work for me, brother. That's not gonna work.
I mean, they already did that to us with the heavyweight title in the past couple months where we haven't been seeing it much. And they just said they wanted to put the Intercontinental title back on there. They got to take it away. We got to see another tournament.
I feel really bad for the WWE because they wanted that title to be on Dana Bryant to bring it back into prestigious like momentum, and now he's just injured again, and they're like, well, that plan just fell through.
How ironic is it? They want that title. They want that man to make that title prestigious, but just a year ago, that man wasn't good enough to be prestigious. So, oh, how the tides have turned. Unfortunately, Father Time is also taking on Daniel Bryan. So, that'll wrap it up for this episode of Wrestling Goons Radio Raw Reaction. We will be with you for the weekend show. We're going to cover merchandising this week along with the week rumors of the week. And it will end our 7-part series on Getting Over in Pro Wrestling. You can follow us on Twitter at Goons Radio. Facebook, Wrestling Goons Radio is our page. And the same for YouTube. YouTube.com/Wrestling Goons Radio. For David and Mark and myself, we will see you on the flip side.